Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So as you can see, I've got a little masterboard here. I am taking part in the Rach and Bella Crafts Christmas collaboration. It is hashtag a crafters Christmas hop. I'll put the hashtag up here somewhere. I think I've got it right. So we're all partnered with somebody. I'm partnered with Frats and Scraps. I will link down below to our theme is Masterboard Magic. So I watched a video of hers on making a masterboard. I'll link that down below. I have videoed me making this masterboard, but that wasn't part of this. It's what to do with them is what this video is about, but you can check out, I'll probably publish it. It will be published after this, the one of me making this masterboard. But yeah, as I say, this is what I'm doing with it. So these are, apart from a couple of bits, there's just those two bits actually, Jez, of music paper. All of this is digitals from the kits that Rach has put out for the collaboration. They are currently at 40% off. I'll link down below to those as well. And I'll do a link to Rach's website where the link is direct to the page of the collaboration. So it's all the kits and everybody that's taking part. And then it's a clickable link to their YouTube channel. So you'll be able to find their collaborations. Obviously, this is going out on November the 6th. It's actually November the 6th now, so as I'm filming this, because I'm a bit behind, been a bit busy. So yeah, so there'll only be the videos on the first 6 days up at the moment. So yeah, I've just put together a masterboard, really enjoyed it. I find it really relaxing doing masterboards. So the base of this masterboard is a book page. I gutted a book. I've got a video coming out of this particular book. It's beautiful, it's worth watching. But these were pages that I didn't want to take anything out. I mean, there are some black and white pictures on there, but I decided not to. So I thought these were good for a base for a masterboard. And so it's not too thick. So I printed all of these on copier paper, so they're not too thick. So those were stuck down, and then I didn't show this on camera, but I just backed it with brown paper packaging, tied up with string on the back, so that makes a nice, because I'm going to make tags and possibly pockets out of this. So this has been, I glued it down with glue stick. Normally I don't trust glue stick, but I decided we'd give it a whirl. But I say don't trust, you know, I'm happy to use glue stick, but I usually go over it with Carlisle as well. But yeah, that's been under my mat all night, and it's as flat as a pancake, because sometimes with glue stick you get a little bit curling. So yeah, so that's, I'm going to make tags. So masterboards, I know some people go, what's the point? My friend Ronnie says that. So actually these could be long pockets down the side, they could be pockets on a page, they could be tags, they could be belly bands. Those are all sort of uses for this. They're just a nice base, and then you add to it, and that's what I'm doing today, is cutting them up and then I'm going to add to it. So I recently purchased a new punch. It's my birthday next week, and I have bought so many birthday presents for myself from Ed. It's like, he'd buy me that, I've spent a fortune. Anyway, there we go, I keep buying. Anyway, so this was going to be a birthday present to me. Yeah, I have got lots of tags, so that, you know, it's a punch that makes 3 sizes of tags. I will link this in my Amazon shop down below. It doesn't cost you any extra, but I get a few pennies. I actually bought this before then my Amazon associate voucher thing came to me, so I could have got it for free, but anyway, not to worry. I'll find something else, don't you worry. So this one does 1.5, 2.5 and 2 inch tags. The ones that I've got are Stampin' Up ones, and they do 1 inch, 1.5 inches and 2 inches. I quite like the fact that it added 2.5. That's what I like the most. So I'm going to do some cuts down at 1.5, 2.5, and 2 inch to get some stags. Get some stags, Jess. No, we're having tags. They'd be much better than a stag. No room for a stag in this room. So let's see. I'm gonna do, should I do 1.5? Let's do a 1.5 first. Some people do this backwards on the other side, so you don't actually see the pattern, so it is all very random. But I'm just cutting 1.5, 2, 2.5. And then what size have we got left? We've got 4 and a bit. So if I did a 2.5, I'd then have another, I'd have 2.5 and 1.5. Should I do that? Let's see what these look like first. Let's do that, and then we'll make our mind up, because I might do some pockets. They'd be quite nice. I am going to do a December daily this year. These will go in my December daily. So just putting that in there. So that's the top of my tag. So now I can decide how long I want it. So I'm thinking, ooh, I'm thinking. Are you thinking, Jez? I am thinking. Oh dear. Right. I had a really long sleep last night, and it was really good sleep, which is unusual for me. So this is 10.5 inches long. So I can cut it to 5 and 1/4. That's what I'm going to do. And then I get 2 tags out this strip. I've just noticed that there's a indent there. I really like that. I didn't notice that before. So we're going, what, 5 1/4. Shall we do it that way, Jez? I think that'd be a good idea, because then that end is up there. So we're going 5 1/4. There we go. And then we'll get put that in there. There we go. Oh, what happened there? Must be slightly longer, wider than 2 inches. I'll just chop that little end bit off. There we are. You'll do nicely now. So we have 2 tags, liking that. Right, now we've got 1.5. We'll probably do this at the same. So there's a runner there. Keep it in the runner to keep it straight. Ever so slightly over the thing. Yeah, so shall we have that the same? Yeah, I think that would be a nice, but you're not going to do very much with something that's less long, Jez, are you? So we'll go 5 1/4 again and stick that up the runner. Oh, look, that's come off a bit. We'll glue it down, it's all right. There we are. That one was slightly wider. I got that funny bit on there. They seem all right, but I've got a little funny bit there, so we'll just trim that down. It's because it won't quite the right. The right width, and I might have gone a bit squiff, but there we go. That's good. Right, and then we'll do There's a bit of me that's thinking, because this one is shorter, I might get 3 out of this. Right, you're in there. So, will I get 3 out of this? I might do. What was it? 10. So I can go 3 and a bit, can't I? Be quite nice. I like that. So what we're doing here, yeah, we do 3 and a bit. Is that about half? I'll have a half. It's a catchphrase for a comedy show in the 70s. Well, what passed as comedy in the 70s? Jury's out on whether it really was comedy, but anyway. There we go. That one's a bit, it's a bit less than 1.5, so yeah, I really didn't cut that well at all. So you don't have to have a punch like this, but I like it. It just makes it a bit quicker. And I think I watched Roxy Creations. We are such enablers, aren't we, with each other? I think I watched her do this and thought, oh, I really like that. It's nearly my birthday. I can treat myself. Right, got one of these. I like to go for the medium one on this. Which bit? Don't know which bit was not stuck down. I'll stick it down after. I'm going to do the smallest one on this. So really, really good using up scraps. I created scraps for this. I cut into whole sheets, but anyway. That needs coming down that edge a tad. And it's really good for mass make. And yeah, so I'm getting loads of tags, so be enough tags, I imagine, for a whole December daily here. So there they are. Let's have a little look. So these are my 1.5 inch or thereabouts ones. Really nice bases. This is our 2-inch ones. Loving them. And there's my 2.5 inch. I really like the size of the 2.5. It's really what I wanted. This is what swung me to get this. So we got them. And then we've got this. So I could have some pockets, although they're quite stiff for a pocket. So I'm thinking I might do some more 2.5. I mean, I could go down this way now. How tall is this? It's 4 and a bit, so I could have them going down that way. But I think that would be... Because that's the thing about masterboards, they can go anywhere you want. Shall we do that? Then I might get them a little bit more accurate. So let's go. Let's do a 2.5. Two and a half with that. Let's have a look and see. See if I like that. It's a bit dumpy. bit of a dumpy one, that. I'm not, although I quite like that, I don't think I want any more that size. So let's do what are we left with? That's like 8 1/4. That would be a belly band, wouldn't it? So how are we doing for width wise? 4 1/4. So I could do a 2 and have a belly band. That would have been, no. Shall we have a belly band 2 inches wide? No, we'll go 2 1/2 inches. Then I don't know what we're left with. Oh yeah, I was going to do a 2 and then whatever I was left with was going to be the belly band width, which should be 2 and a bit. There's the 2. And that's that for a belly band. I quite like the holly, that's why I was going for that for the belly band. So let's do you in half. And let's have our 2. Which way up? No, we'll do that way up. It's got music, Jez. Don't want it upside down. There we go. Make each other. You can go any way up. We'll go that way though. There we go. So that's all me cutting, and then we'll have the decorating left to do. Go medium. So out of, it was about a 10 1/2 inch square thereabouts strip I had. So we have got a belly band, and then we've got 4 2 inch wide tags, 2 different lengths, a belly band. I've got two good size 2 1/2 inch ones, a weird sized 2 1/2 inch, and then 3 1 1/2 inches. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 things. Yeah, so that's cool. So of course they all need inking, and then we need to embellish. So I'm going to get on and ink, and I'll speed this bit up. So they're all inked, all sorted. So now I'm going to do a bit of decorating. Now I've got some bits from the kit that some I cut up, some I haven't cut up, ready for going on things. So we'll have a look see. So I did think that some of these bits from the collage sheets might go on well. I'm now looking at them thinking that perhaps they should have been a little bit smaller. But going on the top, I loved this bit. So I had a vision in my head for this bit. I thought that would be nice on the corner of, say, a tag or even at the belly band. So I thought about fussy cutting that bit out, because I just loved it. So let's start. Okay, so I ran out of storage on my phone, and oh, I'm not lined up, and yeah, so I've had to delete some. I did finish that bit of fussy cutting. It's quite big, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use that, but by having that little break, I was able to go down, and so I printed the collage sheet 4 to a page, so they're a little bit of a better size for going on top of tags. I did that on copier paper, and then I changed my paper to the normal presentation style paper, but I forgot to change to the fact that I had printed something on acetate, so I forgot to change my printer settings to the fact that I was on plain paper. So I think that's made the quality a bit different, but it's okay. I thought these were good. Did 2 to a page. I thought they'd be a good size for maybe a little topper. I'd cut the top of the tag bit off. I just thought they might be useful. And then I went, oh, I need words. And then I hadn't realised that there were these words. There's 2 pages of words. And I just picked one without like looking at it. Yeah, I'm okay with those. I'm okay with those. So let's start picking out things to decorate. Got that. That's still in the offing for something. Those are a bit big. So yeah, so whilst I was doing this, I had a little thought about my December daily that I plan on doing, and I thought, because I'm not really looking forward to Christmas, if I'm honest, none of us are, we decided to go away and do something different, go somewhere we've never been before, and do the type of Christmas that we've never had before. And really we want to forget about Christmas, really, because last Christmas was all a bit sad and horrendous, really. We don't really want to think about it. So then I thought, Christmas has always been so special to us. Ed loved Christmas. He was a list maker, and he you know, he liked to decide what we were going to eat. He made menus. He always did the Christmas dinner. Obviously didn't do it last year. The boys did it. They did an amazing job. And he, I mean, I made most of the decisions about what we were going to buy the boys for Christmas. He always liked, what have I done there? What twit? He liked to be kept in the loop. And, you know, we'd end up, it's like, right, let's lay out what we've bought them. So I had to get everything out and lay it out on the bed so we could see. And every Christmas, without fail, we'd have a budget. I'd keep in budget. And then, as I say, every Christmas, without fail, he'd look at the presents that I'd bought. And then he'd go, oh, well, we need to just get another couple of things because that doesn't look like much. And be like, I've just spent a fortune. That's fine. We've got a budget. We're sticking to the budget. And he went, no. We need to get them a bit more. So he was just amazingly generous. But we did get a bit more sensible. In the last few years, we were like, no, let's just not go mad. Like last year, last year, it was just like, just buy each other one thing. Don't really need any more. My boys are incredibly generous. And And the year before we went 50 quid. Don't spend more than 50 quid on everybody, because it was just getting a bit ridiculous, and we don't need it, and we're all in a position where whatever we want we can actually just go and buy ourselves. So so yeah, but I'm just ripping these out. I may not use them, but you know. And so yeah, so I thought I could do a December daily, and I was thinking to kind of try and get myself in a cheerier mood about it all, that each day I'd find a photograph of a Christmas, you know, that we've had. Doesn't have to be Christmas Day, just in the Christmas period. We had loads of holidays at Christmas time. Went to Disney, went to New York, went to Centre Parks a few times. You know, just pick a happy photo of the season and just put that in my December daily and write about the wonderful memory. Yes, it'll probably be very sad, and I'll probably, you know, get quite teary at times thinking about it, but I thought it might, you know, help remember happier times. So that was my thoughts. I'm not going to film it all. I might do a weekly roundup or something, but yeah, that is what I thought. I thought that would be a nice sort of positive way of remembering Christmas. We'll see how we go. Might just get too upset and just get angry at the fact that, you know, he's gone and it was unfair. But so I think we've now prepped and ready with things. They'll need inking when I decide what I'm going to do. Right, that one's pretty plain. So what about a Jolly Santa? Jolly Santa on there. So these have already got a bit of a greeting. I could take them off and use something on here. Is there something about Santa on here? Right, something with a darker background. Like that. Go for that one. Let's make a commitment. I'll have that one. I like to layer things up, so I like something with a layer. So the inking creates a layer, which I quite like. Wrapped with love. Let's have wrapped with love, because that's like a Christmas present, isn't it? So if I do a couple with you, then I can then do the others and show you. I've got somebody coming in very, very soon. I'm going out. I have run out of time. But hey. There we go. Oh, and there we go.
Someone is at the video doorbell.
Okay, so that was somebody at the door, and I needed to attend to it, and then I needed to go out. So this video is going to be very, very late, and I do apologise, but life sometimes gets in the way. It never normally does for me. I'm normally really good at organising myself and doing what I need to do when I need to do it, and yeah, I have been a little bit I think I'm going there actually. Yeah, not being quite on it like a car bonnet, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. So I'm thinking it needs something behind. So I think I'm going to take the same bit of packaging that was on the back there. I think that would be good. So what I'm going to do is rip a bit down there. And then, because these are all going to be about the same size, so that would be quite cool. Have a little strip, there we go. So we'll even that bit off the top. That on there. I just feel that a bit of matting, as we call it, makes it pop a bit better. So yeah, I'm liking the way that looks, and then I might do wrapped with love down here. What's that? Through the hopes. I might not have that bit at the bottom. Which actually means then this can be a bit smaller. So I'm going to leave that. Come across here. Yeah. I'll have that along that one. And there we can have, I could keep wrapped with love as the way it is. Yeah, I could have I've got bits of this. Now where's my little favourite punch that does a right nice border. There. I'll do a right nice border. So I have had my wonderful declutterer helper. We've done a really good job. Oh. Oh. You didn't like that because it's a bit thin. Sometimes punches don't like thin bits. So let's get a bit of book page, go underneath it. Oh, go underneath it that way because I can't see there. There. Yeah, so we've categorised my books, and which should hopefully make working with my books a bit better. And I discovered books I forgot I owned, which is no real surprise really. Right. There we go, that's fine. Fine. You're up there. Get rid of you. Yeah, so I know I've been promising that my craft room will be done and there'll be a craft room tour for a while. But you under there? Yeah, so what I want to do is I'm actually just going to rip up there. And then we'll rip down here. That'll work. That'll work. Right, we love. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So I'm thinking that actually I can take a little bit off this. Yeah, make you a little bit smaller. And I think what I'm going to do is when this one's done, I will just do the others and then give you a look-see at the end. I may or may not film it speeded up. I've got to watch Traitors because it's the finale, and until I've watched it I can't go on social media. I can't risk turning my phone on because it might be on the news, and I can't know. I've invested too much time. I've just seen a friend of mine and her husband's working abroad and he's not back till next Thursday, and I went, how on earth are you not going to watch? Because I forgot to ink that bit. You're going to find out. She went, oh, that's a point. I might watch it and not tell him. I was like, oh, that's almost grounds for divorce, isn't it? So, yeah, she has got a dilemma. We once, don't know if I told you so, me and Ed, we had, in 2019, we had 2.5 weeks in the States. We started in New York, and from New York we went to Philadelphia. From Philadelphia we went to Washington, and then from Washington we went to Rochester. Well, we went to the little town where A Quiet Place was based, because when we turned up in this little town, Akron it's called, we were following sat-nav, or GPS as they say in America. That was a little bit of an issue we had with the car hire people, because I kept saying we haven't got a sat-nav in the car, and they had no idea really what I was talking about, but they were appeasing me and they offered me another car, which was an upgrade. And then we went in, and once again I went, there's no sat-nav. And the guy went, I'm going to have to come out. And I think they thought we went like the in-car stereo. It's like, no, navigation. We want maps. We don't know where we're going. And he was like, we just get up on your phone. I went, we can't. You can't use. We don't have data roaming in the States. It costs a ridiculous amount of money. So we can't use our phone without the data. So we need an inbuilt sat-nav. So they gave us, well, not a TomTom, I think it was a Garmin. Sort of sat-nav. They found one under the desk. Clearly that's not used anymore. And anyway, so we got that on. And I said to Ed, he keeps telling me road ahead's closed. And he was like, we'll just have to keep going. It might not be the road that we're on, but if it is, what on earth are we going to do? I was like, I don't know. It's, that's what keeps coming up. And so we sort of persevered. We drove a bit more, and I really want a darker one. Oh, that's a different colour. Try this one. Although I haven't got enough of that, so yeah, so we were driving along. Anyway, sure enough, the street we wanted to go up, Oh, it was road signs we were getting, because we weren't getting on sat nav, because it wasn't a sat nav that could tell us what the road conditions were like. It was just on the street. No, it says road ahead closed. Anyway, so yeah, the street that we wanted to drive up was closed. And it was closed because they were filming Quiet Place 2. So that was the town we stayed in. Lovely little town. But the town was closed. Basically, the film company paid for everybody to go on holiday. I said, we're filming. The only thing in the town that was open was a liquor store. I guess the film crew and everybody wanted to have a drink. There was a supermarket down the road. The lovely police officer that was at the roadblock said, oh, there's a little supermarket down the road and they've got a diner next door. You can get a nice breakfast there. But basically the town shut. Did the person whose property you've rented not tell you? We were like, nope. But the liquor store was open, so we managed to get a drink. But yeah, we just couldn't believe it. So yeah, the filming was taking place, and actually the next morning we were having, so we found the place to buy some food. And so we made our breakfast and we sat on the fire escape, and that was like very iconic, we felt, for America, is to be sat on a fire escape at some table of chairs, eating. We could see them filming. We could see them filming this scene over and over again. We have since watched the film. We didn't see ourselves in it because we did actually walk around the town quite a lot, and we stopped quite often because filming was happening. We saw little forklifts tipping up cars. We were a little bit worried because the car park behind the property that we were staying at was where they kept all the props and things, and we were warned that we had an allocated parking space, and that if we didn't park in this parking space, there was a danger that our car might be used in the film and tipped over, and it was a car hire, so we were, you know, doubly careful that it was parked where it should be, so it was never mistaken for a film prop. That would have been a disaster, darling. So yeah. Yeah, it's very exciting. And I couldn't believe that then when I watched the movie back, that Cillian Murphy was in the scenes. But we worked it out because this was at a baseball match. This was right at the beginning. So although it was Quiet Place 2, it kind of took you back to the beginning when these like creature things attack the earth, attack the town. Say Cillian Murphy was at this town, but I went to it. There was no baseball pitch, so that was obviously not the town. That was obviously somewhere else. So he probably hadn't actually walked down the streets of this town, because I was having palpitations that I might have walked in the footsteps of Cillian Murphy. It was a bit like when we went to Iceland and they'd filmed Game of Thrones there, and it was like, Jon Snow might have walked here. Ed just rolls his eyes at that. Right? Yeah, whatever. It's all funny. Right, there we go. But anyway, reason for this story, I was saying about, you know, watching The Traitors the week before your husband can watch it because he's away at work, is grounds for divorce. So we were in an Airbnb, and when we were in Philadelphia we were in Airbnb, New York and Washington we were in hotels, and then we had a condo when we were in went round this, staying around this lake. Then, you know, in the final bit of our holiday. And I'm not sure that I like that green with that. I might have to choose something else. And Festive Frost, no reindeer sleigh. Yeah. So we winter. Shall we go for winter wishes? I've already got Happy Christmas. So we gift wrapping. We'll have that. Yeah, so we logged in to we logged into like Netflix, whatever. We have our own Netflix, but the place that we were in, Philadelphia, it was already logged in. So I don't know if it was, clearly somebody lived in this accommodation. So so we didn't know if it was the people that owned the place's login or a previous guest who hadn't logged themselves out. And so we were watching Designated Survivor at the time, and we just had visions of there being an argument where they go to tune in, this couple who lived there, go and tune in to Designated Survivor, and it's on, and well, it would be on several episodes, you know, ahead of where they'd like left it, and be like one of them saying to them, "You watched it without me." No, I didn't. I haven't watched it without you. Well, you must have watched it without me, because it's on an episode. You know, we left it at episode 4 and it's on episode 6 now, so you must have watched it without me. And we just imagined this sort of argument and possibly breakup of a relationship over the lying of who'd watched episodes without them, and it was us on holiday. So we did feel a little bit guilty, and that maybe we should have logged it out. But actually, by the time we came to be watching this Netflix in bed, we had been out and we'd had a few. We weren't really capable, and we'd had trouble in one accommodation because this was American Netflix and we have British Netflix, and there was a difference. So there were shows available in the States that aren't available at home, and we'd had a little bit of difficulty, and we really wanted to watch Designated Survivor, and so a bit sad on holiday and you're watching telly. But we had been out, we'd seen all the sights in Philly, and we'd including Ed running up the steps and pretending to be Rocky, and we'd been out, we'd had a lovely evening, and we just thought we'd watch a little bit of telly to relax before we finished for the night. There we go, gift wrapping like that. I like you, you'll do. I like you, you will do. Now normally I put a little bit of something around that, so I am going to do that. Where's my little, there it is, my little pot of little bits. Yeah, so yeah, that was my little story. That's my little story today of your little insight into what life was like. Life with Ed and Jess. Yeah, always fun, always lovely. Got great memories. Very sad a lot of the time, thinking about it. Anyway, right, I'm trying to find a little bit that I want, because I don't want it too thick. So that's a bit rough and ready. That's what I want. We'll have that little bit. I'll have you. So yeah, we was very excited I loved Washington DC, I have to say. That it was amazing. We really wanted to go back. We wanted to go back when the trees on the mall were in blossom. That was something that, and I will do it. But yeah, loved all the Smithsonians. They were amazing. We didn't go in all of them. There was one that we couldn't go in, that you had to book. Is that the African American one? I can't remember. There was one we couldn't get in because you had to book, and we tried. We rang. We even set an alarm to ring early in the morning, and yeah, you could never get through. So missed out on that one. Saw Dorothy slippers from the Wizard of Oz. That was probably my highlight, because I'm sad. Ed was a bit upset he didn't get to see Indiana Jones's hat because they'd taken that off display. And I went, but we've seen Dorothy slippers. There we go. That is a little tag. So it needs a tie at the top. I quite like using this stuff. Cheesecloth, muslin, what is it? It's cheesecloth, isn't it? I do have ribbon, but we'll use a bit of this. Will you rip if I just... No, it's the wrong grain. Will you rip that way? No, nothing's happening. Yeah, amazing place, Washington. Absolutely amazing. We did Smithsonian's. We did oh, my favourite, it's not open anymore, the museum. Oh, I absolutely loved that. That was just brilliant. Told everybody, go Washington, go museum. Anyway, it closed shortly after 2019. I think it closed that year, which was a shame. My son went to it, 'cause my son went to Washington on his politics trip when he was in sixth form. And I remember going to the evening at school when they were talking about it, and they said they were going there, and I was like, oh, I'd love that. I used to teach sociology of media when I was teacher, so I taught A-level sociology. So it was like, oh my God, I would just love that. And so I was very envious of his little trip there. And he loved it. We went to the National Portrait Gallery. Is it called that in the States? Or am I thinking of London? And so that was good. Lincoln Memorial, loved that. Brought me to tears, I have to say. Oh, it was just brilliant. Anyway, that is it done. So they're all going to be much and much in the same vein. So I'm going to carry on and decorate all the rest, and then I will show you them all at the end. Okay. So I have decorated as many as I can. Time's ticking on. I would like to get this up before midnight, and then I haven't actually done it on the right day. So I have decided that I'll leave these undecorated. Otherwise, I'm not going to get to bed tonight. It is 11:15, and I've still got to edit it. So I haven't done those wee ones, and I haven't done these, but I've done the others. So it's still giving you the idea, isn't it? So that is the one you saw. That one, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So that was the bit of fussy cutting I did there. And We got a cheeky little Santa. I added some extra stamping to that one. I added some extra stamping to this one, and I used the Wrap with Love on that one. That put me in mind of my youngest when he was little. He was such a little character. I know they're wearing pink, but to be fair, I didn't care about colours when I was dressing my boys. And then that's the belly band. So that's the other bit of that fussy cut I did. I used a bit of Monopoly money behind that one. Felt it needed something a bit darker, so that was your £100 there. And yeah, and I put a little bit of mistletoe magic up there. So yeah, that's what I did. That's my Masterboard Magic. I saw earlier that Fraps and Scraps has put her video up, so I will be going to check that out probably tomorrow now. So I'm going to get the rest of this edited and get it up. Hope you've enjoyed that. All the links down below to Fraps and Scraps and to Rachel's website, where all the kits are available, 40% off, and it got links to everybody that's taking part in the collaboration. So please go and support the collaboration, have a bit of fun creating, and yeah, I will be putting up the video how I made this masterboard probably over the weekend. Okay, see you all again soon. Bye. Thanks for joining me.